Hello, I'm Yang Chao. I'm going to read to you the 7th chapter of Henry V. In the early hours of the morning, a thunderstorm broke. Rain fell mercilessly, drenching English and French alike, and turning the plain into a sea of mud. The rain stopped just before dawn, but the sky was still filled with heavy black clouds. The first line of the French army took the field, led by knights on horseback. The plumes on their helmets fluttered brightly against the dark sky, and their armor shone like silver. Behind them ran infantrymen in Shen-Mao coats, carrying blue shields painted with golden fleurs de lis. Henry ordered his archers to stand ready and wait for his signal. The French knights broke into a gallop. The hoofs of the horses shook the ground, spattering the riders with mud. The knights lowered their lances and screamed out a battle cry. But halfway into the English line, the French horses ran into boggy ground and the charge faltered. The knights pulled at their reins in panic, turning their horses to try and find firmer footing. The infantrymen caught up, and all was a surge of chaos of winning horses and cursing men. Henry drew his sword and swept it high above his head. "Fire! Fire!" he bellowed. At his command, 1,000 arrows left 1,000 longbows made a sound like the wind sighing through the boughs of a forest. A deadly hail struck the French, piercing armor, flesh, and bone. Knights fell from their saddles, and startled horses bolted, trampling anyone that stood in their way. Volley after volley of arrows whistled down until the only movement on the battlefield came from the wounded as they attempted to crawl back to safety. A second line of French troops charged. Once more the English archers stopped them. The French tried to retreat, but ran into their own third line as it came up behind them. It was then that Henry led his men in a charge. The two armies met with a clash and like a clap of thunder. The fighting lasted for 2 hours. The French soldiers, dismayed and confused, found that their commanders had been killed and there was no one to give them orders. They fought bravely, but the fury of the English attack proved too much for them, and at last they broke ranks and fled. 7,000 French men died at Agincourt, including many great noblemen. The English only lost 100 men. And that's the 7th chapter of Henry V. Bye.